Every second, 8,000 perfectly identical Pringles crisps come out of factories around the world. That's over 692 million same-shaped chips each day. Unlike normal potato chips that break easily, these curved snacks stack neatly in their famous tubes. What's surprising is that a Pringles chip has only 42% potato in it, yet people buy $2.2 billion worth of them every year. The secret isn't just what's in them, but how they're made. Special machines turn potato powder into the same-shaped crisps at speeds of 1,000 chips every minute. The curved shape isn't random. It was carefully designed to make the chips stack without breaking and to fit perfectly in your mouth. Today we'll see the amazing steps that turn simple potato powder into one of the world's favorite snacks, and the clever machines that make it all happen so fast. The journey of a Pringles chip begins not with whole potatoes, but with a special mixture called dehydrated potato flakes. These flakes arrive at the factory in huge bags, each containing what was once hundreds of real potatoes. Workers carefully test each batch for quality before mixing starts. Unlike regular chips that use sliced potatoes, Pringles uses this potato powder to ensure every chip comes out exactly the same shape and thickness. Along with potato flakes, the recipe calls for rice flour, wheat starch, and corn flour, ingredients that help create the perfect texture. Workers add vegetable oils, salt, and other flavorings to the mix too. This special blend is what gives Pringles their unique taste that's different from other potato snacks. The mixture is carefully measured using giant scales that can detect even tiny changes in weight, making sure every batch comes out tasting exactly like the one before it. Once all ingredients are ready, large mixing machines combine them into a wet dough. This isn't like cookie dough or bread dough, it's much thinner and smoother. Giant metal arms spin inside huge vats, blending everything together until the mixture becomes perfectly smooth with no lumps. Water gets added at just the right amount. Too much, and the chips won't crisp up. Too little, and they'll break apart. The mixing process takes about 20 minutes per batch, with computers controlling the exact speed and timing. The temperature is carefully watched too. The dough needs to stay cool so the starches don't start cooking too early. Workers take samples every few minutes to check the thickness by pressing it between their fingers. The final dough looks a bit like pancake batter but is much thicker and stickier. This consistent dough is the secret to why every Pringles chip has the same taste and texture no matter when or where you buy it. The potato dough now moves to the heart of the Pringles making process, the rolling station. Here, the wet mixture spreads onto a wide moving belt where powerful rollers flatten it into a super thin sheet, just 1.4 millimeters thick, about as thin as a credit card. This sheet moves along the production line at amazing speeds, covering more than 7 feet every second. As it travels, cutting machines stamp out oval shapes from the sheet, much like cookie cutters working on dough. The factory doesn't waste the leftover dough. It gets collected, mixed back in with fresh dough, and used again. The oval potato shapes aren't curved yet. They're still flat at this point. They continue their journey on a special conveyor belt that has small dips or molds in it. As the soft dough ovals pass over these molds, they naturally sink down, creating that famous saddle shape that lets Pringles stack so neatly in their cans. The shaped but still wet dough pieces now enter massive cooking machines called fryers. Unlike regular potato chips that deep fry in vats of oil, Pringles use a special cooking system. The wet chips ride on a mesh conveyor belt through the cooker, which blasts them with super hot air and a fine mist of oil. This method cooks each chip evenly on both sides at the same time. Inside the cooker, temperatures reach about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 204 degrees Celsius, and the chips spend only 11 seconds inside, quick enough that workers need to wear special heat protection gear when checking the machines. During cooking, something amazing happens. The wet dough puffs up slightly as water turns to steam, then shrinks back down as the steam escapes, creating the light, crispy texture that makes Pringles so different from other chips. The cookers run constantly, processing around 1,000 chips every minute, with special cameras checking that each one cooks to the perfect golden brown color. Fresh out of the cooker, the crispy chips move to the flavoring drums, giant spinning cylinders that look like clothes dryers. Here is where plain Pringles transform into sour cream and onion, barbecue, or dozens of other flavors. Inside the drums, fine nozzles spray a mist of flavoring powder onto the chips as they tumble. The tumbling motion ensures every chip gets evenly coated on both sides. For each flavor, a different powder mix gets used, some containing over 20 different spices and seasonings. The exact recipes are carefully guarded secrets. The flavoring process must happen while the chips are still warm, which helps the powder stick better to the surface. Workers wear masks when working near the flavor drums because the fine powder can float in the air. Each flavor drum can season about 600 pounds of chips every hour, and the factory can switch between different flavors in just 15 minutes by thoroughly cleaning the drums and changing the powder supply. Before packaging, every single Pringles chip passes through a rigorous quality check. High-speed cameras take 25 pictures per second, inspecting each chip for proper color, shape, and size. Any chips that are too dark, broken, or oddly shaped get blasted off the line with a precise jet of air. This system checks more than 1 million chips every day with incredible accuracy. Human inspectors also randomly check batches throughout the day, testing not just how the chips look, but also their taste and crunch. About 5% of all chips fail these tests and get ground up to be recycled into animal feed, ensuring nothing goes to waste. The factory maintains strict cleanliness standards too, with workers changing gloves every 30 minutes and washing down all equipment 3 times daily. This careful attention explains why Pringles taste the same everywhere in the world. The final step transforms loose Pringles into the stacked tubes we all recognize. First, perfectly cooked and flavored chips move along a conveyor to a stacking machine. This clever device gently arranges the curved chips into perfect stacks, each chip nested inside the one below it. The machine uses vibrations and careful timing to align each chip correctly, stacking them at a rate of 50 chips every 1.8 seconds. Once stacked, a mechanical arm pushes the neat stack into the waiting cardboard tube. The tube itself is a marvel of packaging design, with its metal bottom, plastic top, and foil inner lining that keeps chips fresh for up to 15 months. Machines quickly add the metal bottom, then drop in the stack of chips, followed by a paper disc to keep them from moving, and finally the plastic lid gets snapped on top. Each finished can get weighed to ensure it contains exactly the right amount of chips before being packed into boxes. A single packaging line can fill over 2,000 Pringles cans every hour, each one ready to be shipped to stores around the world. Next time you pop open that iconic Pringles tube, you'll know the remarkable journey each perfectly curved chip has taken. From potato powder to precision-engineered snack. Hit the like button if you found this manufacturing process as fascinating as we do, and subscribe to see more incredible factory transformations that bring your favorite products to life. What product should we explore next? Let us know in the comments below.